Hello and welcome to my stamina Dragonknight PvP build for the NoProc and No Champion Point through the campaign. Lately we've been playing a lot here since latency and performance overall just feels a little bit better, especially during prime time. And we are also fucking tired of dog convergence spam, so we moved here and I tried out some builds, and first I was really thinking, should I release it or not, because it is using some kind of broken set, but we will get into that just in a few minutes. Quick look into the character screen. I'm Imperial, I have all my points in stamina. I'm using the Warrior Mundus and the Lava Food, and I'm stage 3 Vampire for the Undeath passive, which in my opinion is super strong, giving you 30% damage mitigation based on your missing health. So the lower you get, the more tankier you are, and that's for me really strong. Also Imperial, like if you're stage 3 Vampire, you get 8% increased cost on all your skills, but Imperial balance it out by reducing all the cost of your abilities by 6%. So the overall cost increase is only 2%, which is barely noticeable. And Imperial cost increase still applies to things like dodging, blocking, all that stuff. And there you get the full 6%. Because Vampire only 2 skills and ultimates. And you also get 2k health and 2k stamina, so overall Imperial, I really like it. It's a balanced race, and I really prefer it. Even for Magicka classes, it's just great. So, coming to the sets, as I mentioned, there's one broken set, which is Gaze of Cities. The thing with Gaze of Cities in NoProc, no CP campaign is that you get all the benefits, but you don't get the penalties. So you do get the health recovery, and the armor, but you don't get the block mitigation. Like, you can still block with your full block mitigation. That's kind of strong. So I thought, why not? Everyone's using it, so I also put it. It's just a pain to get it actually, but once you've done it, it's really strong to use. So the other set that I have up always is Order of the Diana. Also giving 2 times max health, 4% healing taken, 5% healing taken, and minor vitality at all times. So the healing you have on that build is actually huge. You can heal up within like seconds from 0, or from 1% to 100. And healing taken is also a really strong modifier, because healing done only applies to you, and healing taken also, when you get healed from someone else, you get increased healing. And also healing taken modifiers don't have a diminishing return, so the more you stack, the better it is. Like with healing done, the more you stack, the less you get out of it. So I'm having the chest, the pauldron, gauntlets, greaves, and sabatons. I have well fitted, and sturdy. Sturdy on the Gaze of Cities as well. Reinforce on the chest. So basically I'm not running any impen, because I don't really feel there's much crit in this campaign, also in normal Greyhost campaign. Crit is not as strong. Sure, you have acuity uses, but you can kind of counter them, because it's kind of obvious when they have it. But NoCP campaign, crit is not really that strong, so just go for something else to buff sustain by having reduced roll dodge and sprinting and blocking. That's pretty damn nice. Full prismatic enchant here to buff our overall stats, so that's strong. Then front bar on the belt, I have well fitted Spriggans, I have the necklace and the ring and the two-handed sharpened maul. The jewelry is full infused with weapon damage. sharpen more with the Berserker enchant. And then I have one ring of the Potentates, also infused with weapon damage, and the Sword and Board of Potentates. Sturdy with max stamina and defending one hand. Poison is escapist poison. When it procs, you immobilize your target and get 4.4 seconds of crowd control immunity. That's really handy while kiting. You're gonna do a lot of heavy attacks or like attacks while you are buffing up and shit. So having like a free CC immunity phase is really nice. So front bar, as I said, Brigands, and when we switch to our back bar, we get the full benefits of Potentates, which is 3% reduced damage taken. 3% I really like because it can't be penetrated by armor penetration, so you will have that 3%, and it can't be like ignored. Also, when you have people like Magicka, DK, and Corrosive, you still have those 3% at least against them. And what I really like for DK is the reduced cost of my automates by 15%. So back bar I have defensive ult, either spell wall, but you can also go with corrosive armor, and by having that, the cost of those skills actually quite low. For corrosive armor it's 173, and for spell wall it's 117, so quite cheap, and means we can go into our defense way faster, and also thanks to stamina having like the battle roar passive, every time we use an ult we get resources, we can also handle our sustain better with that. And that's basically it about the items I'm using. Armor potions I am having is the armor potions, restore health, stamina, and gaining physical resist, also called the PCEU potions. So buffed up our stats we sit at 5k weapon damage, put our weapon enchant on proc and it's 5.5, 10k penetration, 30k health, close 14.5k magicka, and back bar we are running like a 32k stamina. Our resist, if we buff up, also with potion, is 32k spell resist and 37k physical resist, 1.5k stamina recovery, which is enough for me, but you can also, of course, if it's not enough, switch the warrior for serpent, or just do some more heavy attacks, because damage is also important here. Also gives more healing. Then coming to our skills, on front bar we are running Dizzy Swing as our main spammable, Executioner for targets that are low HP, Noxious Breath for the major breach and the dot, Volatile Armor for our simple armor buff, and also while that's active with the passive we get 12% more healing, so overall healing is insane on stamina DK. Snare removal and minor endurance with major brutality we get from forward momentum. You can also go with rally, but then switch get in race against time on your back bar. But then you actually need either tripods or heroism potions, so you will lose the physical resist from the potion, because otherwise no way you can sustain that shit. And yeah, so I just go with forward momentum. Leap, obviously. So back bar we have Venomous Claw, really strong dot if you have to single target someone down or just kite in a tower. Charge a heavy attack into a Venomous Claw and just apply it to everyone you see. And yeah. Then Lingering Flare on our back bar, we don't actually use that skill at all, but we have it for the major protection back bar. So we have insanely high resist, nearly cap, like physical resist is over the cap. Then we have back bar potentate, the 3%, and we have major protection on top. Shit tons of tankiness in that case. Cauterize, which is like a small like a heal every 5 seconds, which is decent, but also gives us a major prophecy, so we get higher crit chance here. Like, if I remember correct, like healing skills would always take your highest crit chance, either be it spell or physical crit chance, and so more healing here from Vigor. And you can always cast Cauterize at the like the 10, 5, or 1 second mark to get double heal. Like, that's really nice. Shoots you up high. Vigor obviously is our healing over time. Really strong if you buff it with fragmented shield to get the major mending and that shit on a resource or in a keep. And with major mending here, heals for 3k non-crit. So really strong. Fragmented shield obviously for minor brutality and major mending. Minor brutality you get from Mountain's Blessing. So when you use that, 20 seconds, 10% more wham damage for you and your group, and that's really nice. Also, you generate some motivate. And defensive ability, like we already said, Spell Wall, or you can also go with Corrosive Armor. Can be a decent defensive skill as well, a little bit more costly, but if you can handle it, it's fine. So you have on your back bar like a really strong also offensive skill if you face a tanky target. So pop Corrosive and spam the shit out of him with Dizzy. Gonna hit really, really hard. No champion points, obviously, since it's NoCP, NoProc build. So in general, that was kind of it about the build. If you want to have some suggestions, obviously, if you want to run another burst here, which could be Rally, here replace Lingering Flare or Venomous Claw with Race Against Time Storm from Psychic. But I personally don't really like it, because otherwise you would need some kind of more magical sustain from potions, and you would also lose those 5 or 6k armor it is from the potion. So I really like this build. It's tanky. I had some great success with it, and also for group play. It's really, really fun. So try it as long as city stays like that. I didn't read anything that it's gonna be changed next patch in that lands. So enjoy it while it lasts.